All right, I've got this rally mower with the Briggs & Stratton engine tilted back like I always do. And if you follow my videos, you know this is my standard working position on these mowers. I always try to avoid tilting them on the side. People say, oh, we tilted on the side of the carburetor up. Well, that's sort of true, you know, but you can do a few things. But if you start turning the blade or have to pull a cord or something like that, especially turning the blade, you're going to get gas and oil up in your air filter and places you don't want it to belong. But if you tilt your mower back like this, you can turn the blade, you know, check for compression, that kind of stuff, and without worrying about gas or oil going to the wrong place, because it's all shifted to the back. Now this is a pulsa jet system, so I did tank the tank off because those caps, you know, they have holes drilled in them, and the fuel will just leak out of them. So it's dark here now. It's a dark night, but I love working on mowers so much. I'm still out here, and I wanted to show you this. I did the way I solved the problem with these wheel adjusters, and with the wheels striking the mower. You can see the mark it left there where the rubber was hitting it. And I think someone worked on this mower at some point and put the right-hand side wheel adjuster on the left side and vice versa. So they swapped them out. And so I tried moving it down here. That didn't do anything. It wasn't enough change. It was still striking the deck. But now that I've switched these, it changes the relationship of this piece here, and gives it enough clearance. So I'll show that to you now. Okay, so this is with the wheel adjuster all the way forward, and obviously it's cleared now. And this is the kind of wheel that has a cotter pin and a washer, really the old style. So there is no nut there. And then the little plastic hubcap fits. I don't know where I put it, but anyway, it looks like that. And it snaps on there. So now I'm going to move this wheel adjuster back, and I'll show you, I hope, that it is not striking anymore. So there's one click. Let me go all the way over here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Here we go. All the way down to the last notch, which is right there. And you can see I have all this wonderful clearance now between the deck and the mower. So I think that's what happened. When this, you know, I'm never, or whoever, I'm going to recommend that they not put this all the way back, because you're practically going to be scalping your lawn every time. So let's move it back forward to the tippy top right there. And so now it'll be about maybe 3.5 inches from the deck. I wish it was more. I could put a bigger wheel on there, to be honest with you, now that I've switched these. And maybe that's what I'll do. But for now, this is usable. It'll be cutting about 3.5 inches from the blade, because the blade sits up about 1/2 inch inside the deck. So maybe 3.5 inches. Not a bad height, but I like to run them a little higher than that. So what's next? Okay, that problem is solved. Now the blade is put on correctly. I'm going to have to sharpen it. It's just extremely dull. The main seal may be leaking there. If it is, it's not a bad leak, but it could not have much oil in it. Maybe that's part of the problem. So let's check that. So I'm going to take my toolbox off, Let me hold this with my foot in case it takes off. Get the toolbox out of the way. And now I'm gonna ease this baby on down. And so yeah, you can see it's maybe like two inches, but then the blade will give you about another ½ inches, so it'll be about a 2.5 inch cut, and that's all the way forward. Same in the back. Let's see, this thing is, that's it, you know, if that's all the way back, and it's 2 inches, so this mower is going to cut short. I wouldn't put it up there, you'd really be dragging. So that's pretty strange the way this thing is set up here. I definitely could maybe put a bigger wheel on the back because I've got a lot of clearance there. That might help a little bit, but I'm really more concerned about the front because I like my front to be high, you know, so when you push up against the turf, you're going to be riding over it with the front of the deck instead of bumping into it because it's so short, and then it cuts, cut, and mulches. And then the last cut back here is the one I usually use to set it so that's the height that I want, you know. Anyway, my camera's acting kind of weird now. I'm getting a fuzzy picture. I don't know what that's about. So what do we do next? We've got a spark plug off. I need to go ahead and check this oil. This is the kind you use a screwdriver with, big one. So let me get my old Craftsman flat bladed screwdriver. I guess it's weird light in here because it's dark outside, but get that in there and we'll see. Hopefully it's got some oil. We're going to check it together. I mean, I see some oil on the stick. Now I did tilt it back, but so I need to wipe that. Let me get a paper towel. I'm going to set the phone in the holster. Hang on. Before I do any repairs and cord pulling, I got to make sure I have oil in this machine. All right, so now with the Briggs, you do have to thread in the dipstick. On Kawasaki's and Hondas, most of those you don't. You just stick it in. You don't turn it and thread it in. So just remember that. So I'm going to go ahead and thread this in and see if I've got enough oil. By the way, the oil that's in here is very clean looking. I just hope there's enough of it. Nope, it doesn't have very much at all. So I'm not going to do it now, but I'm going to have to add some oil to this mower, but at least it's clean. Very, very clean. I don't want to misthread this thing, so there we go. All right. The governor spring is in place. Let's see if this throttle's working. I'll move this. That thing is pretty useless. And what I do with these mowers that have these throttles, I just take that off, especially when it's, you know, rusted like this and not really working. It doesn't move at all. And then just make it like a modern Briggs and Stratton mower that's that is running at the correct speed. When you start it, it runs, you know, about 2,800 RPMs. And then when you let go of the engine brake, it shuts off. And then you start it again, it starts right up and it runs at the correct speed. There's no throttle that you're saying, oh, I want to slow down or speed up or whatever. That the modern mowers don't do that. Modern push mowers. So I'll just disconnect all this and make it like a modern mower. So anyway, it's getting late now, so we're going to sign off. And when you come back tomorrow, the sun will be shining and we'll be making more progress.